this is the man in a hat, Tom Hobbs. We're discussing tall tales for a Toastmasters competition. Following this short 2 minutes of introductions, there is one of two different stories, and they each have subtitles and key points for you to build your own tall tales with. Tall Tales in Toastmasters provides the opportunity to build skills in character development, use of sensory words, and delivery with authenticity. You truly have to live and be the character of the story. Now how cool is that? Great skill building all the way around. Tall Tale speeches shall be from 3 to 5 minutes. A contestant will be disqualified if the speech is less than 2 minutes 30 seconds or more than 5 minutes 30 seconds. Paul Bunyan is an American folklore, not original to you. Your speech needs to be substantially original. However, 25% or less of the speech may be devoted to quoting, paraphrasing, or referencing another person's content. Any reference content must be said so during and identified during the speech presentation. Now, I looked up all the rules and the guidelines. Judging, 30% is based on your speech development, the way the ideas are put together for the audience to best understand it. You should have an immediate engagement, smoothly build to a climax, and a great conclusion. 55% of judging is based on the delivery. It should include exaggeration, irony, pun, humor, and a surprise twist or two. Physically, you should support the story in your stance. Gesture, facial, and body expressions are very important. Voice should be flexible, changing in pitch and in emphasis. Varies in rate and volume, and always clearly heard. The remaining 15% of language. 15% is the language. Appropriateness, good choice of words for the audience. Proper use of grammar and pronunciation shows a mastery of word usage. A quality story will have a character, goal, conflict, and a resolution. A tall tale will build to exaggeration to each of these items. Doing so with credibility creates that magical trap of believability. No, it's not my high school reunion. It's my wife's. But if you'd known me in high school, you may not recognize me today. The tall, robust, muscle-bound guy I am today is nothing like I was back in high school. Because I went to a poor country school, and we were very focused on athletes. Sports was important. We had basketball, we had football, we had track and field, we had baseball. It was important stuff. Well, it was way important. My high school locker partner, Mike Imhoff, he was the captain of the basketball team, and he was that tall. He got the top shelf. I got the bottom. But Mike was nice to me. He introduced me to all the athletes. He sent them my way. I help them, mostly with their algebra. Ron Baumgartner came with me to a concern about the quadratic formula. Well, I explained it to him, and that's simple. We all use that now. Geesh. Of course, Billy Bob had a problem with geometry. He made a mistake. He went to his grandpa first and got confused because his grandpa did, well, now you boys, geometry and this pi r square stuff, no, pi r round, cornbread r square. This new math, you're just gonna get all messed up. Stop playing with that. Well, when Billy Bob came back to me, I helped him out. He did graduate. Of course, we had Ty Hebert. Ty, all he wanted to do was knock me down in the mud. Something about being a bigger jerk than a jock. That's all that was important to him. And me being more of a professor than a jock, that just annoyed him. Oh well. Now, in high school, I worked at a dairy. I milked cows, and I stacked hay. I was strong. I could pick up hay and stack hay, and I could bust bales of hay open without using a pocket knife. I could do pull-ups and chin-ups. I was robust. But I guess looking back, almost anybody could have picked up a little 90-pound country boy. Now my dad, he was pretty smart. He helped me. He told me how to take care of those guys. You know, the guys that might pick on me. Now Thomas, some of those bigger boys may be picking on you sometimes, and I want you to know how to deal with them. It's simple. All I want you to do is smile and walk away. Don't let them think they got the best of you, okay? If they knock your hat off, take 3 steps, put your hat back on. If they knock your hat off again, take 3 more steps, put your hat back on. If they knock your hat off again, take 3 steps, put on another hat. You just keep doing that until they get annoyed or bored, probably bored first, and they'll leave you alone. Now remember, everybody's going to be looking, and they're going to be laughing. But remember, they're not going to laugh at you, they're laughing at the jock. And their girlfriend's going to be singing. Remember, don't let them think they got the best of you. Well, Dad was right. I learned it, I proved it to myself, because when I was in a high school play, I was the understudy to the best high school actor we ever had. He was amazing. He played President Abraham Lincoln. It was cool because I got to wear a really neat hat. See how there was a hat like that? It was cool. But Dad was right. You see the bigger boys? They did come in and try and knock my hat off. They did. They knocked my big hat off, and I just put another one on. And they knocked my hat off again because I took a couple of steps, and I put another one on. And they came over and knocked my hat off again, and I took 3 more steps. Until they thought they had the best of me. And I reached over, and you know what? I put one more hat on. And they was confused as a dog chasing a parked car. It was good. And everybody saw him. But you know, they knew better. Because I remember, Coach Cole, the football coach, he had told them. I heard. He gave a speech to them. Well, I was stuffed in the locker room. I was in the locker and I overheard him. He told them, now you jocks, I don't want you messing with those brainiacs because they're going to do 2 things to you. First, they're going to either outrun you or they're going to outsmart you. Either way, your girlfriend's going to see it. So don't be messing with the brainiacs, okay? Well, they didn't always listen. But you know what I did? They thought they had the best of me, and I started to slink away, but I couldn't resist, because I just reached in my pocket, and I pulled out one more hat, and I pulled my finger out, and I told them, don't be messing with the professor, because you're going to look foolish in front of your prom queen. Now, you may not think that this is a story about a little geek boy in high school. In reality, it is a true tall tale.